never give up in life, giving up hope, uh, my life's not worth living any longer. These are all things that we think about a lot, don't we? I mean, make your life worth living. Has anyone ever mentioned that to you? Maybe you can make your life worth living? Hello, everyone. This is James Nussbaumer, and we just got off an intense um, live stream, my podcast, and which I hope that you'll find out how to join my podcast. You may find that at my website at jamesnussbaumer.com. But we had a couple from the Netherlands that I'd spoke on about in a previous video who really turned things around, and they related to my story. But I hope this, what I'm about to say, gives you some hope if you're feeling a little bit down on things and feeling like you want to give up on life, or you just, those times you just feel that the world is too much to keep up with. It's about listening to your heart and never giving up in life. The Course in Miracles teaches, do not attempt to teach yourself what you do not understand, and do not try to set up curriculum goals where yours have clearly failed. That's a spiritual metaphysical principle from the Course in Miracles. I remember back on this day before Christmas, back in 2006, day before Christmas Eve, that I had not yet been sentenced to the 10 years I would be sentenced to in prison, but I was taking my lawyer's advice to never give up hope. I had pled guilty to charges of security violations that would send me to prison for a long time, and it was a foolish securities violation. It was foolish on my part for the actions that I've taken, but it was also foolish on the law's side for using me as an example. And everyone agreed I should have never went to prison. But if you know my story, which is in my first book, The Master of Everything, then you'll know more about that. But I thought it was odd that there was no plea bargain at all, and that my attorney insisted that I just trust him. I remember once back at the county jail while the court hearings were undergoing, where I had resided because I couldn't afford bail. Everyone in my life had left me, and I didn't have the cash. My accounts were depleted. But I noticed the young female deputy who unlocked the leg irons from my swollen ankles and taking off the handcuffs that were behind my back from coming back on a bus ride from the county jail from a hearing. And she was about 21 years old, the same age as my daughter Megan at the time, I remembered. And while the young deputy escorted me down a long corridor leading to my cell, I briefly recalled my own headstrong 20s when I was that age, and a period, though, where I'd never gotten into any trouble. I'd never given up hope at that time period in my life either. But now I was thinking, I remember I was just started thinking about, when this is all over with years down the road, I thought about one day playing a lot more golf. And I just hung on to that thought because I've been playing golf since I was 15, something like that, 15 years old. But like I'd said, in those days when I was thinking about my youth, because the prison guard, the female prison guard, making me think of my daughter, and I'd also focused on the fact that, I'd never gotten into that kind of trouble ever in my life. Now here I was at age 50, awaiting for a prison sentence, which would later turn out to be 10 years in prison. And I was in now while trying to convince myself, I was in a mood where I was trying to convince myself to never give up. And for some reason, I hung on to that. I hung on to seeing myself playing a lot more golf and being vibrant and being in better shape and eating healthy. And I just hung on to those kind of things as I went through the whole process. It's the power of reflection. By the way, to learn more about the power of reflection, in the description box down below, there's a link that will give you access to a free video that I highly recommend and highly suggest for learning more about how to reflect what you do want into your life and letting go of what it is you don't want in your life. The whole point of this video was to let you know that hang on, never give up. Learn more about the power of reflection. It really does work. It truly does, because it gets your inner life working to where you see what you want to do in your inner life, and you learn within time to project that, reflect that into your outer world. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel right around here somewhere. Hit on subscribe and find out more at the video access link in the description box, and I'll talk to you soon. Maybe we'll run into each other someday. I wish the best for you, and God bless. Thanks again for listening to me.